I was really cynical when I saw the story, because I think we see stories like this every few months where an animal has escaped, and this is seen to be a good news story. But most of the people reading the story, learning about the story, don't see themselves as the perpetrators. So it doesn't make any sense for me for people to be supportive of Matilda's escape without appreciating why she was there in the first place.
There was a member of the public on the phone about a pig that this lady had come across walking the dog, a pig, and giving birth to piglets, and says, "Can I rescue them?" I thought, yeah, if only. And my first thought was, no, sadly, we're full and we're turning away animals every single day of the week, not least pigs.
We went to try and find her for about 20 minutes in all the vegetation and the growth, and we found her. We took food for her and a camera so we could document her location, how many piglets there were, try and get a better understanding of the situation as a whole. And it just became a case of we'll monitor her from there and try and come up with a plan.
The only way we could go and rescue Matilda and think about her long-term care as well as her piglets was to find somewhere for them to go.
We saw the breaking news story one morning, and very shortly after, Brinsley Animal Rescue got in touch with us and asked if we were able to look after them. Once all the media fuss about this story goes away, these pigs will live for far beyond another decade. So we have to think long term whether this is the right place for them. Thankfully, we're a new sanctuary. We've got some residents, but we've got room for more. We had to make some renovations to the barn and put up some new fences and paddocks in preparation for them coming. So the plan was agreed that Brinsley would be responsible for collecting Matilda and her piglets and transporting them to Brinsley Animal Rescue whilst we made the preparations to home them at Surge.
It was great, the plan was fitting together, we would rescue them, we would get them to Surge Sanctuary, but it's not as simple as that. Even though she's escaped, we just can't go and take her. It's just not possible. We're a charity as well, so we have to ultimately do things by the book.
The way the law is at the moment, Matilda and her piglets were property of the farmer, and it wasn't as simple as us saying we're going to keep her. This is theft, as absurd as that is to say.
And so we had to have a movement licence, which the only way to do that was with the consent of the owners. So we had to then find the farm, find the owners, and then hopefully get consent, get permission for us to rescue Matilda and the piglets. And we're trying to talk to them and trying to persuade them to allow us to go and rescue Matilda and the piglets. But it went very quiet, it fell on deaf ears. So that's the point when we realised that we had to raise the profile of this campaign. We needed to get this out in the public domain and get support and put pressure on the farm to let us rescue Matilda. For a big multinational, the value of a pig to them is nothing. To us, it's 11 lives that we wanted to rescue. We'd love to rescue all of the pigs. We can never do that. But these are 11 pigs that had got international attention, and we were going to grab that. We were going to use that to save them.
2 animal sanctuaries are pressing a farmer to give them a pig, which ran off into the woods to give birth. This story of a mother and her 10 little piglets is certainly catching the public imagination. In just a few days, a petition demanding their release has collected over 6,000 signatures.
And that put the pressure on the farm, and then the farm was then phoning us back. They did say that they wanted to know where Matilda was. They'd certainly been searching, we knew that, but failed to find her. So on welfare grounds, they wanted to know the details of where they were. They assured me they wouldn't round her up, and I trusted them. Sadly, what they actually did was they went out and they actually retrieved her. They actually caught Matilda and the piglets and took them back to the farm.
There quickly was an uncomfortable question of what was going to happen next.
I was really upset because I thought that was it, we'd lost her, and that they wouldn't give her back now that she was back at the farm.
Initially the story was all about Matilda had escaped, she was in the woods, and now a few days later the farm had gone and recaptured, and the story was bubbling away in the national press.
After being upset for an hour or so, we decided we'd do what we do best, and we contacted lots of friends from up and down the country and put a call out for a protest and said that if they didn't give Matilda over to the sanctuary by Friday, that we would have this protest. Media were going to attend, and we had hundreds of people that were all ready. We had locals in the village that had their children making placards that we were ready to take to the farm to do a protest.
We just wanted to find out as much information as we could, as many contact details as we could, so we could apply pressure from all directions to all people.
And that's when we found out that one of their major suppliers was Marks and Spencer's. And it went balmy. Everybody was then going to Marks and Spencer's social media and saying, "Free Matilda, free Matilda." This farm's not so bothered about publicity, but Marks and Spencer's will be.
One of the high-end supermarkets had to actually create a hotline, a Matilda hotline, because their customer service phones was just completely bombarded by people calling them, asking them to put pressure on the farm to give Matilda back.
We were not going to stop until we had Matilda and her babies away from that farm.
Within a few hours, the farm phoned me back and said, "You need to come and pick Matilda up, and you need to pick her up now."
I can remember being at work at my desk and got the message through that Matilda was finally safe. And I just froze and then went to the work toilets and just cried and cried and cried that this had finally happened.
I do remember getting a text saying that Matilda was definitely coming, but I double and triple checked. I wanted to be really sure, and the moment I found out, I just wanted to know when.
He was on his way back with her, so all the people that we were going to take in my car to the protest, we still picked everyone up but stopped off at the shop to get some Prosecco and we all came down to the sanctuary to meet her.
I was relieved. I didn't believe that Matilda was going to be rescued. I wasn't sure that the farmer was going to let her go. So there was a sense of relief and optimism as well, where, you know, my faith in humanity was bolstered by this. You know, I saw the goodwill in people on that day.
The 4 male piglets were castrated a few days ago. 2 of them, Rudy and little Richard, are struggling to recover, so they have been moved to the animal hospital at Brinsley Animal Rescue.
Before that I was trying him on milk, but he just wasn't taking it, so this is going to be better for him because it's going to rehydrate him. Yes. Slowly, aren't you? Not enough for now. It's all of 10 mils. Not very good, is it?
Right, we want some at the practice now.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. Are you going to work?
Yeah.
Right, can we move then, quick?
Yeah. To drop me off at work and you go straight there?
Yeah. It's something you have to do. You don't want a big uncastrated boar for a start. Secondly, if you do, they've got to be kept on their own. You can't be with a female because the female will get pregnant. You can't be with another male because they'll fight. So anyway, it's something you have to do, but it is risky. But the younger they are, I think it's between 3 days and 3 weeks or something like that, that's the least risky period.
You're a good girl, aren't you? Yeah. No.
You gonna come? Which one stands in the doorway? Well, ideally, get her to lie down and relax and just need to be fussing her. And I'll just go up and do a nip and then do another nip and then we'll try and rotate it out. Hello. The natural instinct of a pig is to forage. They've got very strong, powerful muscles in their nose, and they use that to turn the soil over. They eat roots, they eat worms. That's their natural behaviour. That ring is there to create pain when she tries to carry out her natural behaviour. She's learned that digging causes pain. You need to fuss her. Just gently. Beth, are you going to fuss her?
Hang on, let her relax first. She might not need fussing. Good girl.
That's the first cup.
Good girl.
All right, okay, my lady.
Oh, look at you.
Hey. Right, take that.
So wait till she lies down again. You can probably twiddle the...
Okay, my lady. Oh.
You won't need another cup, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, okay. All right, my lady.
Let her lie down again. Don't go fussing her, just let her lie down with her baby.
That's the sharp.
Yeah,
Look at
that
that.
goes through and
That-
goes through into the...
That's what they used to
Hollow.
cut through the nose.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
hideous. Hideous.
Let her lie down, she's all agitated now. Isn't she?
It's nearly out.
She'll bite you. Oh,
Okay.
girl.
There we go.
Girl.
Can you stay there?
Yeah.
Guard that bit, hold that door and hold that.
Yeah.
Gabriel, you grab this. I want you to lead them in, to lead her in.
Okay.
Pass me the board. So you let Mum out, don't let the piglets out. Okay, I said you get the piglets in now. Good girl, come on. Go on, just walk in. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Okay, just drop it, that's fine. Move the board. Oh, Matilda, just carry on eating, go on.
Now that her nose is fully healed, Matilda is finally free to use her snout. For the first time in years, she is able to root and dig again. The piglets are now 6 months old. It's at this exact age that they would have been taken to the slaughterhouse. Instead, this family has a long life ahead of them at Surge Sanctuary, their forever home. Here, they will only know love and respect. And little Richard, the runt of the litter, who was so close to death, is now growing into a big and healthy pig. Audrey, Clover, Jack, Nancy, Otis, Penny, Regan, Richard, and Matilda.
If people can see the individual personality of Matilda, they need to realise that when they walk down supermarket aisles, all those pigs are exactly like Matilda and wanted to live like Matilda.
For me, I think the lesson and the part of the story that got through to so many people was seeing the pigs demonstrating the same instinct and will to live that we see in ourselves, and the lengths that a mother would go to protect her children. And I think that cuts through everything.
And obviously the big thing to think is that, you know, Matilda is just one pig that was so clever and made her escape, but there are hundreds of pigs still left in that farm that, you know, their destiny's probably written in black and white, and they'll never know the love of a sanctuary home like Matilda does. And you can't help but think about them and that they're there. And if we could rescue them all and get them all out, then wouldn't that be wonderful? But in reality, it's just not a possible thing to do. But that should never stop you from making a difference for one animal. If all you can do is change the life of one animal, then why wouldn't you? But that's still one life that's changed for the best.